Today's Bible verse is such an important passage from the Bible, and one that, if we can follow, would answer so many of our problems. The world is filled with hate and strife, and this verse points to the exact opposite of all that. Our verse for today is 1 John chapter 4, verses 7 and 8, which says in the King James Version, "Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God. And everyone that loveth is born of God, and knoweth God. He that loveth not, knoweth not God, for God is love." Now in the Living Bible translation, it says, "Dear friends, let us practice loving each other, for love comes from God, and those who are loving and kind show that they are the children of God, and that they are getting to know Him better. But if a person isn't loving and kind, it shows that he doesn't know God, for God is love." Now, someone defined love once as having outgoing concern for another person. We're not talking about romantic love here. We're talking about loving our fellow man. Jesus said, "A new commandment I give you, love one another as I have loved you, so you must love another." Can we agree that love is one of the most powerful forces in the world today? And if we take a moment to think about what this verse says, God is love. That means the God of this universe is love. Do you have any enemies or people that you don't really like? Why not try to love them? Can you imagine if you attempted to love your enemies and at the very same time your enemies tried to love you, what would happen? What do you think would happen to the problems in the world today if everybody tried to follow this principle? If we could bathe the world in love, the problems on this planet, well, they would just evaporate. Now, you might think this is a utopian idea to think that we could all embrace the concept of loving each other, but let's just say that you and I started to try to do what this verse says. This is the starting point right here. It says, "Dear friends, let us practice loving each other, for love comes from God, and those who are loving and kind show that they are the children of God, and that they are getting to know Him better. But if a person isn't loving and kind, it shows that he doesn't know God, for God is love." Now, you might not agree with everybody's opinion, but you can still love them. And let us conclude with these words from Jesus Christ. Love your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you. In that way, you'll be acting as true sons and daughters of your Father in heaven. And that is our Bible passage for today, 1 John chapter 4, verses 7 and 8. And if you haven't already done so, thanks so much for subscribing to our YouTube channel. And we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for another Bible verse for the day.